If you're listening and or watching to the Soundcheck podcast, and you can support us on Patreon, and just from £3 a month, you can get
exclusive content. You can get, for the premium package, you can get a discount on PR. You can also get priority on your submissions for Future Hits Radio as well. And gig tickets, stuff like that.
And first refusal for fun things like this, interviews, gigs, behind the scenes, some video if you want it. Shout out Kieran.
So yeah, go and sign up at patreon.com/Future Hits Radio. I see what you mean about the floral.
Yes, because
there's
a flower
ours?
on it. No, I nicked them. But
Thank you, Epic Quest.
They're really nice. I like
They're
them.
right.
Yeah,
they
they're
look
cute,
like
aren't they?
they look like something you get at your grand's house.
I know, it's
No, I like this. I like this a lot. That's really nice.
we have approval.
No, seriously, this is something I would have. It's
Yeah?
okay.
It's
yeah.
cute, isn't it? They're
I
like
would
little
have
antique.
this. Yeah, it could go. I could see it in like a Californian kind of type home, like Dakota Johnson kind of house.
Right.
I don't know where I'm going. This is very niche.
Would have gone in your music video quite nicely, actually, maybe.
Exactly.
Yeah.
See,
So we'll talk about that as well.
brain.
However, I did adopt them from the kitchen cupboard. No one was using them. They were just left at the back.
So we've adopted. So we've
I've rehomed. some
okay. We've
dog.
rehomed them. We haven't nicked them.
No.
Okay. All right. Fine.
And we also
they've gone to a good place.
Exactly.
Looks
They're
good
getting
here.
camera time
They are.
that they deserve. 'cause
Get
they're
it good.
pretty.
Do you want to introduce them, or do you want to introduce our guest?
Welcome to the Soundcheck podcast. We are joined on this episode by the lovely Evy Frearson.
Hello. Hello.
Welcome.
Hello. Thank you for having me.
Lovely to have you.
Lovely to have you. Yeah, you travelled a long way, so we appreciate you coming all the way down to Southend on Sea. Not quite as nice as where you're from, but
That's
it's
nice.
still by the sea.
Yeah, it's by the sea.
Yeah.
Exactly. We have something in common there.
So when we're going to get started with the very beginning, because obviously you've uploaded music to us here at Future Hits,
Yeah.
and you've performed at a gig of ours, so we'll go into that a little bit later on. But how did you get started within music, and what was your inspirations and stuff like that?
I got started quite young. I mean, my parents, I always say this, but my parents were a huge inspiration to me because they always had music in the house. So growing up, a lot of that, and I had a lot of like Seal being played, Massive Attack.
Yes, love Seal.
Massive Attack,
Massive
Prodigy.
Attack.
Not that Prodigy would be any influence to me now, but like in terms of like in my music. But you know, I had a lot growing up. But yeah, I used to live in France, so when I came back to the UK, that's when I really started to learn how to play instruments,
Right.
and I kind of taught myself how to play guitar and the piano, and I kind of just started writing songs, and sure enough I found some on like an iPad on like iMovie of these terrible songs that I wrote when I was like 10,
Right.
and they're definitely something. But that's kind of how I got started when I was very young, and then I just kind of started writing more and more and more, and then started uploading to you guys and other radio stations, and that's kind of how it kind of started. Yeah.
Prodigy, by the way.
Yeah.
Did you?
I love those influences. Seal, Massive Attack, and
They
Prodigy.
are so
Well,
odd.
Seal-
Katie Tunstall actually as well.
I can
No,
like
I can
that
see
makes
that.
sense.
That makes sense. Yeah.
That makes sense.
There we go.
Probably like Firestarter over here.
Some of like the 90s pop rock stuff I can really hear though. Maybe like the glam rock era.
Yes.
I can't remember which song. Better For You.
Yes.
Every time I hear that, it makes me think of Kiss Me.
I love
Milky
Sixpence. Yeah.
Toes.
Yeah, I love that.
Can't get that out of my head. It should be the Evie song stuck in my head, but
No. That song up there.
we'll take that.
Understood.
I had that earlier though. I was A&Ring some tracks for my show this week,
Mm.
and there was one track that I've got an exclusive on that I'm going to be playing on Friday,
Ooh.
which you would have all heard by the time this goes out. But it got stuck in my head, and it sort of, you know, sometimes you do get those songs that are like just stick in your head, and they sort of take not priority, but they're one of those ones
You
that are
just
just
can't
like
get rid of.
it's an earworm. Like you just can't. Yeah,
Yeah, it's
Great
just
song.
stuck. It's stuck.
Yeah.
it's stuck, and
I
it's
really want to know what one you're talking
Yeah,
about.
I'm
well, you
pretty-
can probably guess. Okay, Kieran, you can get involved in this. They have featured on this podcast.
All right, okay,
Ooh.
yeah.
Is it a band or
a
solo?
band.
It's a band. Okay.
Did you
Anyone?
want
But anyway, any guesses?
some-
Anyone?
Yeah, well, I've got it.
Oh, go on then.
Okay, say it.
Yeah.
Cardinals.
That's
Yeah.
exactly
Yeah.
who I was gonna go for.
Yeah, see? Cardinals, their new track Home, which comes out
Ooh.
beginning of
On
April.
the 5th.
Yeah,
the 5th.
so, but I'm playing it on this Friday show. As I say, this would have been out, so it's not an exclusive as such on here, but it will be on Friday in
I'm
real
excited
time.
to hear it though, especially if it's been like stuck. You know.
It has, because I was messaging the back, because we get, because I obviously said you've uploaded music to us as well, and we get so many art. I mean, how many submissions have we had We started a new
Hundreds.
hundreds and
actually.
hundreds.
Wow.
Yeah. Going a bit crazy.
Yeah,
It's good though. It's really good.
it is good. It's amazing because the amount of people that are uploading music to us and trusting us with their
Yeah.
with their songs and stuff. It's great. But you do have people that or groups or bands or whatever that upload quite regularly, and you're like, it's so not when you see their track pop up, you're like, yes, because it's so cool to see their
Yourself
development.
included, actually.
Oh yeah, of course.
We must say. Well, also it's people we've worked with like, elsewhere as well. Like
Yeah.
you say, you've performed at one of our gigs before. I'll hold it closer. Sorry, Matt. Turning my microphone.
I wasn't trying to be passive aggressive, but I couldn't hear you.
Yeah, take the hint.
Hold it closer.
Yeah, you've performed at one of our gigs before. We've spoken a little bit over Instagram here and there when you have releases. So, and you have that kind of relationship with Cardinals, don't you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that it's nice to have that personal touch because
Absolutely.
there's do I say yeah some
What's
no.
going on?
I was just going to say like because it's nice when you have like a personal relationship with an artist and you can just pick up the phone, go hello mate, how you doing, like and stuff like that. It doesn't necessarily always have to be I've got a new track out. Like it's nice because obviously with us like we're doing this as well as we can, play music for artists and stuff like that, and it's just nice to get that sort of recognition back as well. Do you know what I mean?
Just have that personal kind of relationship with an artist. It's nice. Yeah.
It's cool because sometimes, I mean, I'm not saying every artist. I need you to be my friend. I'm not saying that, but it is nice when that happens. And Cardinals has certainly been that. Fraser Morgan, we spoke about.
Morgan.
He's certainly that.
It's fantastic.
So it's nice when you get those people that not stick around. That's a bad way of saying it.
Well, that you actually build a genuine rapport with.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, like the Aurora Sun Boys as well.
Yeah.
Like, do you know what I mean? It's nice having that relationship because
Absolutely.
there's certainly some people that you'd be like, "There's my track. See you next time."
Yeah.
Bye.
I'll never see you until my next track.
Now, don't speak to me.
Yeah.
Bye, guys.
Can we come and do this? Yeah. You can do anything with it? No. Oh, okay, fine. Cheers. But yeah, should we talk about the gig that you did do? Because it was the first time that we've seen you perform, and
First time we met.
so first time we met and all that. So yeah, do you want to talk? Because you put the gig on with Hot Vox, right?
Amazingly.
So do you want
Thank
to?
you.
How did you create your lineup, Abby?
Well, we actually had a band approach us about putting on a headline for themselves, and they were kind of like pop rock, a little bit gothic.
Who?
Well, I don't really want to say their name now, but
Oh,
we'll
okay.
figure it out. But yeah, the headliner for that night. Asked us to put on.
Sorry.
Yeah.
There it is. Penny dropped.
There we go. But we ended up with an all-female lineup, pop rock inspired, which is absolutely my kind of bag. So I was more than happy. There was no particular approach to it. It was just Essex, London based
around
that were on that pop rock style and
Genre.
And yeah, I think Evie, April, Gretchen, maybe a little bit more pop.
Yeah, Gretchen's more pop, but I love Gretchen.
But
She's
she's
lovely.
super cool.
We've got April in here in a couple of weeks, haven't we?
Yeah, we have. Getting the old gang back together.
Yeah.
But yeah, your set was amazing.
Thank you.
But you did wear a leather jacket like this.
Oh, I don't know why I do it every time. This time I'm not sweating.
Okay, good, it's cold in here.
It is cold. It is cold in here.
No, last time when I did that gig in Islington, I thought I'd be fine because it was winter. It was like December. I was like, you know what, I'm going to be fine.
Yeah.
Cool in this leather jacket. Wasn't so. I was literally like, by the end of the gig, I was like, you could just see beads of sweat like just dripping down my face. I was like,
literally got off the stage, was like, I regret my decision.
yeah, tonight this wasn't my best decision. I gotta say, no, not at all.
I was worried about because I always wear, because it's cold in here, I always wear hoodies, and I'm pretty sure I always look like I'm wearing the same stuff. I do have other clothes, but in this room it's quite cold, and I only have a selection of hoodies
on rotation.
Literally on rotation.
For this.
And I have two of this one.
Oh.
So it
just looks like to everyone that you're wearing the same.
Disclaimer.
He does wear.
I mean, these are the same jeans every time, but anyway, that's fine. But it must be difficult though when you are going to perform.
Yeah.
Not only do you have to worry about your performance, I guess your outfit and it all has to. The hair doesn't bother me as much, but it's something that you obviously have to think about the whole package.
I think looking at the visuals from that night, though, the venue, Old Queen's Head, such a pretty venue.
Gorgeous. It's been one of my venues, funnily. One of my friends played there quite a few years ago, And I was like, that, if I ever got to play that, that's one of my kind of London venues. Seriously, I didn't tell you this.
Angel popped into your inbox.
No, seriously. But you said, there, I was like, it's not where I think it is it? And I looked it up and I was like, it is, it's that place. It's that place I've always wanted to play. But yeah, it was really lovely, beautiful venue.
Yeah. It was really nice. And the visuals look fantastic, Kieran.
Thank you, Kieran.
Well done, Kieran.
Well done. Look great.
So with because I don't perform, right? I'm not a
Yeah.
performer or anything like that. And the only really thing I have to worry about is if I'm doing this, I have to make sure I've shaved my head and I'm not wearing dirty clothes.
Or you have a cap available.
Yeah, because I did wear my cap. I did shave my head today.
Oh, okay.
But I also put a cap on because my head was cold. And then because I've been wearing my cap because my head was cold, I was worried I'd have a line going across it.
Oh no!
Hence why I didn't take the cap off.
So you've just left it on. You're thinking about it. Exactly.
Yeah, I suppose so. But not in my. It's different though if you're going on stage though, isn't it? Like what would be what?
So.
Yeah.
You have to think practically as well.
Oh, 100,000%. I used to wear a lot of suits. I still do, but it's just not my vibe. It was bright purple. I looked like the Joker from Batman, and
that's a vibe. Why not?
I don't know. It's just not. I was just not my vibe now. But yeah, definitely in terms of outfits and stuff. I think I was talking to my dad the other day, who's here.
He's trying to spot him in the lights.
I'm like, I can't see him.
It is hard to see you.
I also happen to be very blind, so yeah, I'm like,
okay.
He's somewhere around here.
It's Kieran.
Yeah. Hi. But no, yeah, it was one of those things. Outfits. It's just I take ages trying to pick them and all that shenanigan, and we're trying to leave the house and get all the guitar gear sorted, and I'm like trying to do my hair, and it's always a pickle. But
this is why I'm late to the podcast.
You're late every time. Do you know what? There's 3 certainties in life: death, taxes, and Abby being late.
This is true. I blame my ADHD first of all, and secondly, I've got all this to think about. All
No.
I've got to do is stick a cap on.
yeah, you are quite lucky actually.
Do you know how long it took me to do my hair? Like, get rid of it. I did my beard in 2 mirrors because I was like,
Wow.
yeah, it looks all right. And then went downstairs, checked that mirror, checked with the missus, does that look all right? She was like, yeah. I was like, okay, cool.
Okay, fair enough.
So,
But it's
The beard and the hair.
bit
Yeah.
there. Done and done. And the same hoodie.
yeah, so what? Do you know what? I promise I would promise to wear a new one next week, but by the time that we do another record, I'll forget and then come in the same gear anyway.
Yeah. I mean, it is. We have got like 3 cameras on us right now. Like, it's intense.
Somewhere.
And then when you're on stage, you have a lot of people looking at you. So
Yeah.
you're going to feel... It's not like if you're just going out in general and it's like, oh, okay, I don't really mind what I look like.
Exactly.
But when you've got all eyes on you and you know
But
it's going to be, you get really self-conscious.
You do, and I always feel like, I sound a bit pretentious, but like it's almost like trying to have a persona almost. Not a persona, because I don't want to be that kind of out there, but I guess you're kind of creating this character on stage.
Yeah.
Like who you want to be in front of these people, so you're kind of, I don't know, making your best like version of yourself almost. A little bit. That's how I feel anyway when I'm putting like an outfit or whatever together.
Do you think that gives you a bit of protection then? Do you think it's almost like putting on you said about superheroes earlier, putting on your cape basically and going out there?
Exactly. It gives you that, I think, other level. I think I can look into it a bit too much, but I think it gives you that, or gives me at least that level of confidence to go up and do it. And do it. Well, I feel cool. Like, I feel good about myself. I'll probably perform better because if I'm like, oh god, I hate the way that I look frumpy or something, I'm just gonna go on and be like, oh god, I look horrendous, and it just, it goes a bit meh. But if I feel good about myself, then normally it will go okay. So yeah.
I think that's a fair point. I think that's a fair comment. I think I haven't heard of it in quite that way though, about putting on, doing your stage, because I guess. Yeah, you're putting on your stage presence sort of thing.
Absolutely. I think it does actually help, definitely, choosing outfits and stuff. It just kind of helps me separate myself a little bit.
Yeah.
Although I do dress a bit anyway, but like it does help me.
What's where?
I don't know my style. My style changes every day. I look like a
Purple suits, leather jackets.
Yeah, no, exactly. It just changes all the time. I don't really know. Yeah,
fair enough. No, I feel like some people actually step in fully into a character as a completely different person on stage. But that's cool then.
It's
if you've
like
got
Lady Gaga, kind of, she creates this.
She doesn't wear meat dresses at home.
No, I would hope not.
She might.
She might. I mean, each to their own. But
I think that when you talk about people having that persona on stage and going, like the people that you were sort of talking about originally?
Yep.
Yeah. So like some headliners, like not some headliners, sorry, some artists, I can imagine, go well over the top with that.
Yeah,
definitely.
But then some people, because the thing is, like when we've had other people either on this or on the radio or whatever, some songs are so vulnerable.
Yeah.
So you probably need that to be able to put that front on almost, just to be able to, because if you've written a song that is really like heartbreaking in some way, it must be really difficult to have to sing that, at every gig or whatever, because it probably brings up those old feelings. So if you're putting on that front,
it helps.
It helps.
I do think it helps, 100%. I feel like that.
What other gigs did you do last year then? Because obviously we saw you in, was it November or December? Was that around December?
Yeah. It was December.
So we saw you in December, but what was and obviously that was the highlight of your year because it was a venue you always wanted to do.
Exactly, it genuinely was. I never played in London either. That was my first London gig.
Was it really?
It was my first ever London gig. Well, of course, it's like my dream to play in London, but like I'd never played in London before, so to have that gig was like, top venue in like London. It was amazing. Yeah, it was great.
It didn't come across that it was your first London gig at all. Like you were brilliant.
Thank you.
Because you seem to be gigging quite regularly.
Yeah.
Actually.
Yeah. No, I mean gigs have been really good. I mean, last year my brain's gone into an absolute, but I think Mould and Mud Race I did do. That was really cool. That was for
Fraser
BBC.
done that as well, didn't he?
He did that too.
Yeah.
How many times have you crossed paths?
So many times. I do like Fraser's great. He helps me out if I need. I'm like I don't know what to do. He'll be like yeah. But he's really great, Fraser, and he's helped me get some gigs and all that kind of thing. But we met. I don't know if we met there. I think we met properly kind of introduced. Like we'd seen each other, but I think we properly kind of met there, and then it kind of went for there. But I've played at like the Brew House in Colchester. I play a lot of Colchester kind of.
I was going to say that's probably your main, apart from Ipswich, maybe. Is that?
I've never played Ipswich actually. No, I've always wanted to, but I've never played because it's not in Essex.
It's Suffolk, isn't it? It's on the Suffolk border, so it's literally just the other side. But I'm assuming from where you come, it's probably not much different, is it? Dad's shaking his head.
Dad's going like this.
But yeah, no, so because I've heard quite a few venues like Smokehouse. Is a Smokehouse cold?
Smokehouse.
That's in Ipswich, isn't it?
That's in Ipswich, and I really want to play
Grace
there.
has played there, isn't she?
Yeah.
Grace played there a few times.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It looks really nice there, but I haven't played in Ipswich. Colchester's my main.
Your main area.
My main area that I tend to play at, but Coda is one that I play out quite a lot.
How is that as a venue? Because I've not been there before, but I've heard it. I've heard it a few times.
Coda's great. They're really.
Bridget works there.
Pardon?
Bridget works there, I think. She
I
does
didn't
a
know
lot
that.
there.
Is
Yeah.
she?
Amazing.
Ah,
I
shout out Bridget.
didn't know that, but they're always really lovely whenever I've played there. I really like it as a venue. It's actually where I played my first gig, so of course I'm going to be quite biased.
Oh, right, okay.
But they're really supportive of like independent upcoming artists, and I think that's really cool.
Yeah.
But yeah, I really like Coda. It's nice.
It's nice to find those venues that are like that, because in Southend we've got 21, which is a good like start out sort of venue. Chinnery's is quite a bit bigger, but then we've got the Alex, and we've also got another one, haven't we? Where are you going to be tomorrow night?
Where am I going to be tomorrow night? Oh, in a hotel somewhere.
Oh, is it? Oh, okay.
I forgot I had a gig tomorrow night. Now I've got to think about what to wear.
Oh no!
Abby's back on the scene tomorrow.
Wow.
Yeah.
You got this.
We'll see.
How are you feeling about it?
I'm okay.
Yeah?
Yeah.
You got your set list sorted?
Yes. I didn't have the first time I ever did a gig was with Matt, like for his unsigned radio show.
You were about to do this then?
I was pointing at you.
Oh, like this? I was like, with this unsigned stuff.
This unsigned stuff.
Who's heard of that?
What is that? Anyway, yeah, I didn't do a track list before I came.
What, on my gig?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
And I remember being in like an absolute panic. She was like, "Can I have your set list? Can I have your set list?" I was like,
"Oh no."
That was because the only reason why I wanted that is because when we do gigs, and we've done since the start of when we've done them, we like to try and get the audio so we can mix it for the artists, and then they can have a copy of it afterwards. And I haven't sent them to. I've just realised I didn't send the Hotbox stuff. Oh, we'll do that. But basically, we always try and mix it so it's not just a gig. You've got the content.
Something
to take away from the actual gig itself. Yeah,
so it's properly mixed and stuff as well. But yeah, so tomorrow night, I want to. So from a gig perspective, when was the last time you done a gig?
Last time I did a gig, when did I do a gig? Actually, on Saturday, I did a gig.
And where was that?
That was in Sheppreth at the Plough for NMG. New Music Generator, and that was
cool.
pretty sweet. I've never played in Cambridge either, so that was the first time. And that was also somewhere I wanted to play, and we actually discovered Sheppreth, which I'd never heard of before, and we went, and it was beautiful. It was a really nice. We went on a scenic kind of journey because it's quite far away as well.
Yeah,
I think you should if you're going to Cambridge.
Yeah, and we kind of
Same.
took it as a family road trip, and we went and saw all the sights, and it was really nice. And we went to this beautiful little pub that was also a music venue, and it had its own stage set up and everything, and it's a really nice venue. I definitely want to go play again.
I've heard of the 66 bar. It's 66 bars in Cambridge, isn't it? There's a few.
Yeah,
There's a
I've
few
heard.
Cambridge way.
Yeah.
But I'd like to go to a gig in Cambridge.
Well, I keep telling you, Future Hits road trip.
Yeah, I know.
Road trip.
Yeah.
Yes, do it.
We have just announced, like you would have seen on the socials already, but we have just announced our first gig in Manchester at the Pier Hat on the 20th of May.
Fantastic. Well done.
So
Congrats.
it's all down to Darcy and Dan from Is This Speaker Working. They host a breakfast show on Future Hits on a Thursday, and they're putting their first gig on up in Manchester. So
That's great.
that'd be really cool.
And we do have a presenter in Oxford Way, Cambridge Way.
I was going to say Oxford. What are you talking about
Hello.
Oxford?
We might have
Oxford. I was like,
we can do that as well if we've got one.
why not?
Who's in Cambridge?
Do we not?
Who's in Cambridge? Huh?
Dan?
Oh, Dan. Yeah, Dan. Are you in
Yeah.
Cambridge? Yeah, probably.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Yeah. Well, he's just put on the. Didn't they do like a streaming gig recently?
Yeah,
So-
for International Women's Day.
Yeah. So it'd be cool to do something in Cambridge. I'd like that.
Definitely.
No, Cambridge is lovely. The last time I went, I nearly got run over by all the.
Oh, lovely. Gondolas.
No, it's
Run over by God.
it's the cyclists are like literally the worst I've ever anywhere I've been. The cyclists and like the little mopeds, like they
Motopeds.
motopeds. I don't know what they
Mopeds.
motopeds. Don't know what a motoped is. It's something new. Mopeds. There we go. Thank you.
There we are.
There we are. Back on track. I nearly got run over. I went with my mum for a day out, and yeah, it wasn't good. And like they just went through crowds of people, and it was pedestrian. It was
Sounds like Amsterdam.
no. It was.
I was going to say it's like
it was literally horrendous. It was horrific. I was like, at like every jump. Yeah, it was horrendous.
I cycled to Cambridge.
From here.
Wickford. Yeah.
Wow. Oh
Yeah.
my gosh.
I'd done that last year before, and I cycled the year before because I did nothing last year except for this. But yeah, I cycled up there, and then Charlotte and the kids come and met me.
And then when you got there, were you like trying to take
I did
on
get
all
to a
these
point-
Yeah, you trying to
mopeds?
take us
Taking on the mopeds.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was some lady in a purple suit.
Oh no! Don't bring me back. Don't bring me back to that, please.
But yeah, no, I've gone. I like Cambridge. I mean, I've been there with the family a few times because it is, like you say, it's beautiful. It's a beautiful city.
Yeah, it
and
really is.
It's nice to go and see. But what other? If you've gigged, obviously you gig in Colchester quite a bit. You've done Cambridge. You've done London. Done Chelmsford?
Haven't
Done Chelmsford.
It's one of my wants. Yeah, it's one of my wants. I really want to play Chelmsford.
You were in Chelmsford though recently, weren't you?
I was.
You went and saw Mr. Dupree.
Mr. Dupree. Yeah.
How was that?
Oh, I absolutely adore him. I've known him. I think he was the first radio show that I don't want to hold this, but I think it was the first radio show that I went on.
Right.
When I was first starting out, like actually went on and it got interviewed for. So he's one of the loveliest guys, and he's been very, very supportive. And whenever he's played my tracks, I'll be like, yeah, I've got his approval. But no, I really, really love Paul. He's great.
Yeah, he's a lovely guy. I've met him a few times. We went to. He does quite a lot of work with Hotbox in Chelmsford.
Yeah, of course.
So I've been there and met Paul a few times and seen him. But yeah, he's really, really supportive of the scene in Chelmsford and Essex. So
Absolutely. Yeah,
he's
he's
a
great.
very good advocate for new music in Essex.
Exactly.
So what other locations are on your bucket list for gigs?
Oy, oy, oy. I would say again Cambridge, Oxford, all those kind of. I would like to play in Scotland. I know that's a bit weird, a bit out there, but somewhere in Scotland. I want to play in New York. I know that's not the UK, but I want to play.
Fair enough.
I want to play in New York. Like that's my if I had to play anywhere, probably New York would be like at the top of my list.
Why New York though? Because I know like generally we've seen quite a few people going out to like Nashville, like Hallworth's in Nashville, isn't she? So like Nashville's got a massive scene out there, and obviously New York is New York. But why there specifically?
I think there's just a lot of musicians that I have always looked up to have played some really incredible kind of, I don't know, career starting gigs there. It's not even career starting, but just career defining kind of gigs there, and like Jeff Buckley, Wonder Horse. There's a few people that I really, really, really look up to who've really not come from there, 'cause Wonder Horse are UK artists, but they've played there, and I don't know. I just always wanted to play there. That vibe, that scene, just seems really, really sweet to me.
Recommendation for you.
Yes.
Alex Francis, who we know quite well.
Mm-hmm.
He's done some gigs in New York and Brooklyn and places like that, so it might be worth giving him a little follow. And he's a really lovely guy. He might even be able to offer some advice or something like that.
That would be amazing.
Because it's all about the network here at Future Hits. Like we all want to, try and help each other out, and other artists helping each other out is something we love to see.
I may need to speak to Alex. I had someone from Rhode Island call us today.
Rhode Island?
Oh, I heard, yeah. Well, I heard, you told me. I heard about that. Yeah. Rhode Island.
Wow.
Indeed. So not too far.
Oh my goodness
from
me.
New York. So potentially might be a little
road
support
trip.
Act.
Oh my god, road trip. Wowee.
Have you taken Evie, not you?
Do you think I'll be able to get away with going to New York? I'm just going to New York with Abi for a week. Bye.
Fair enough.
I haven't even been to New York with Charlotte yet. Have you been to America then? Or is it a case that you want to go out there just because of the artists, or have you seen the scene out there?
I've never been to New York. It's been right. I've wanted to go since I was a kid. I've been to LA, I've been to California, and I like it out there. But New York, ever since I can remember, really wanted to go. So yeah.
Yeah. Have you been out there?
I have. Yeah.
To New York.
Mm-hmm.
What did you think personally?
It was cool, but I went on a school trip. I was in sixth form. And it was like a performing arts school trip.
Oh.
So yeah, I know. But no, listen. We went to see Shrek the musical. Of
all the musicals. We're going to Broadway. What are we going to see?
Shrek. And Annie. Annie was actually really
okay, fine.
Annie,
that's
fair
more.
Enough. Fair enough.
And then we did like a dance and movement workshop with the Spider-Man cast.
No, I've heard about this show.
It was so good.
Oh, it was good. Okay,
Yeah.
okay.
The workshop.
Okay, the show I've heard, like, there was multiple cases of people being injured, like, on that production.
Because they're like swinging around the ceiling.
No. There was so many casualties on that. I was like, are you okay?
I'm pretty sure the music for that, though, was written potentially by, like, Bono and U2.
It was crazy. That show, like, it's like a myth to me.
Yeah.
It's a myth to me. I've never heard of it.
Spider-Man, the musical.
No, I know Spider-Man, but I've never...
It was on Broadway.
I never knew it was on Broadway.
Yeah, pretty cool. And
you're very lucky. Oh my goodness.
I was very, very, very lucky. I did not appreciate what
yeah, but you
I was
don't know when you. So what were you? 19, 18, 19?
18, yeah.
So you like. I didn't appreciate stuff like that when I was 18, 19. Me and my sister we had some friends and family out in America, and we went out there for like 6 weeks. Looking back now, we didn't appreciate any of it. We ended up arguing and coming home early.
How did you come home early?
What?
We had an open ticket.
Oh, right.
Oh, okay.
But we went out and we went to New York, we went to Canada a bit.
Wow.
Chicago, ended up in LA, went to Seattle, which we went to Seattle because we went there as a family when we were younger and we loved it. And we went back as adults-ish. And it was a bit crap, really.
You didn't like it as much?
No.
It wasn't as magical?
It wasn't as magical. It was a bit grotty, and we were like, we want to get out of here, and then we ended up going to LA, and it was I loved near Santa Monica.
Did you like LA?
Yeah, we were staying with family friends in Santa Monica, and it was I was like, I could just stay here.
Yeah, no,
I live here now.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Fair enough. Venice is nice. I like Venice.
Yeah, it was all great. I loved it, but it was just looking back, I was like, I wish like we were a bit older, and then we would have appreciated
everything a bit more. Yeah, 100%.
Or if we stayed out there a little bit longer and got over ourselves, then we probably would have been all right. She will look at this and she'll go, "Wasn't me, was it? It was you." Yeah, probably.
We hold this grudge to this day.
No, I think she's forgiven me now.
Oh,
I think she's forgiven
worried.
me now.
Was it your fault? Do you want to take some?
No, it was my fault. Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah. Yeah, it was my fault. But I'm happy to admit that.
Good for
How
you.
long ago was this?
I was 21, so 15, 16 years ago.
Wow.
Yeah, it was a while ago.
There you go.
There you go. Well, that's it. Should we end on an apology?
Is it an apology video?
No, it's not supposed to be, but there you are, Fran, if you're watching. We'll have a quick break and we'll come back for part 2 and there'll be no more apologies from me.
Sounds good.
We are very pleased to be welcoming a brand new partner to Future Hits. It probably benefits me exclusively, but I don't mind. It's Skull Shaver, who I've been a customer of for quite a while, as you can probably tell.
Yeah, can't relate.
No, you can't relate. But I can, and they're fantastic. You can go and get the Pitbull. You can go and get the full skull shaver. You've got loads of kits on there for men and for women. So make sure you go and scan the QR code on here. Or if you're listening on the audio, get over to our website, futurehits.co.uk/partners. Click on the skull shaver link. Because if you support them, they support us. And we'd love that.
Thank you to Skull Shaver.
Yes, skull shaver. Welcome back to part 2 of the Soundcheck podcast. We're here with Evy Frearson. We were talking a bit about events and venues and stuff like that before the break. There is something you're doing that is coming up that we are also a part of. Apparently, I'm hosting it.
You're hosting, specifically Matt Wherry is hosting.
No, I asked them to change that because I didn't see it when they messaged earlier. I was like, you said, "Oh, are you hosting?" I was like, "No, we are." Oh no, so I don't want to be. Axo's doing it. Basically, you're doing On the Meadow Festival.
Yes, yeah, of course.
So we are going to be there as well.
I didn't know you guys were going to be
We're on the posters, Evie.
Our logo's there.
I need to bury myself right now.
To be fair, you didn't notice your own name.
I didn't notice my own name.
No.
Do you know what I looked? No, but I didn't look for my name. I looked for our logo.
Oh right, okay.
So I was like, I was looking at our logo,
this.
and I was like, oh cool. So we've also got So I'm just looking at the lineup now. So forgive me for being on my phone. But we have also got So you've got Emergency Break because they're putting it on.
Yeah.
Right. So they're hosting. They're organising the event. We've then also got Evy Frearson, and that photo is taken from the Old Queen's Head.
Yeah.
There you are. Shout out, Kieran.
When you come to a Future Hits gig, you get press photos.
Yes.
You get press photos, video, audio, the works. The cigarettes, I know we've played them before, but I haven't met them before. So that'd be interesting seeing them. And our old friends, the Ariston.
Yeah.
So we're claiming it's a Future Hits gig.
Oh, 100%. Yeah.
It's all you guys. Yeah.
I'm pretty much. When I
3
saw
out of
that
4.
lineup and I saw you, especially with your photo from the Old Queen's Head as well, and the Ariston and the cigarettes, and I was like, this is a Future Hits lineup anyway.
This is our lineup.
If we weren't hosting it, I'd be a little bit annoyed.
No, we are, but they were very good because they come to us quite a while ago when they were, because it's at the Signature Brew, isn't it?
Yeah.
So
really cool.
I haven't been there.
This is great. Sorry, I'm really happy about this.
So how did it all come about then? Because they messaged me a while back saying, "Oh, would you be interested in being involved?" And I said, "Yeah, as a station, we'd love to be involved in some way."
Yeah.
But how did that come about with them?
Emergency Break. So I know Ewan from that band. I actually went to theatre school with him in London many years ago, and he just he actually, I guess, listened to Better For You, and the band really liked it. And then he messaged me. He was like, "Hey, do you want to be part of this little festival we're putting on in London?" I was like, "Yes, I will." Absolutely. I'm not going to say no. So yeah, of course I will. And that's kind of how it came about. And then you guys said this, and this is great. Yeah.
I reckon they found a few Future Hits. I'm just saying it. If you did, even better.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, but I'm really looking forward to it. What date is it? We need to give them a shout. Is it 17th?
17th.
It's August. It's all I know.
It's August.
We got the right month.
Yeah,
that down.
I don't know.
16th. I've just checked.
16th.
So if you guys want tickets to the event, you can go and find On the Meadow Festival on Instagram. It is on the 16th of August 2022 at the Signature Brew in London.
2022.
2024?
2022.
Did I say 2022?
You did.
Did I?
It's 2 years ago.
Yeah, I mean, it's gone now. It's expired.
That's not even close, is it? Right, I'm going to do that again.
We didn't even go to 23. We're 22.
What the hell was I doing in 2022? Starting this place. That's what I was doing.
Yeah.
Right, so On the Meadow Festival 2024 is on the 16th of August. Tickets are in their bio. The girls are going to take the mickey out of me for the rest of the episode now. But yeah, go and find it. They've also got a playlist as well. They got a playlist of you lot.
Yes, they do. They do have a little playlist.
That's a good idea.
They got brains.
They got brains. I can't. Yeah, it's on there, but for some reason it's playing Taylor Swift on mine. So on my Spotify. But basically, go and give them a follow, and hopefully see you all there on the 16th of August.
I think it's going to be a really cool day. A whole day in London in a beer factory.
So fun. I've never played there. Of course, I've never played there, but it looks so cool.
It does look cool.
Yeah, it does. It looks so nice.
I remember watching Celebrity Hunted with Ed Gamble and James Acaster on there, and they hid out in the Signature Brew factory.
Did they?
Yeah. So when that came about that they were putting on that festival there, I was like, that's going to be really cool.
Didn't they, because I watched that, and didn't they try and do like a Taskmaster thing or something? They tried, they were like too obvious, and then they got found out. And then they went and done a show in Manchester or London as well, like a radio show.
Yeah.
They did a radio show on something as well, so they got caught out because of that. Yeah. Where, if you were doing Hunted, where would you go and hide? Have you ever watched Hunted?
I have no clue.
You have no idea what we're chatting about.
I have no clue what you guys are going on about. That's good when
the guest hasn't got a clue.
No, I will be real.
But basically, what they do, they drop. There's a load of people. There's like 6 couples or whatever, 6 groups
teams.
of 2,
Yeah.
6 teams. That's better. 6 teams, and they have to basically avoid the hunters for I don't know a month.
Yeah.
Or whatever it is. And there's people hunting them like from they're basically the police or the CIA or whatever, and they've got all of these like fake security cameras out, and it's I was going to swear then, it's rubbish, a lot of it, because it's like, oh, this has just happened. It's like, have you seen the way the police have to operate? There's no chance you would find that out in that quickly.
No, you wouldn't. Happen. It wouldn't happen. Right?
Wouldn't happen. But anyway, so they've got to go and basically escape, try and not get detected by the hunters, and then they get like a meeting point, like, and then it's like, right, if they can get to that extraction point, if they get to that extraction point, they win like a share of 100,000 or whatever.
Oh my gosh! Okay.
So if you had to hide from someone for a month, where would you go?
But you can run, you can move.
You can move, yeah.
Just go on a tour.
I'd go New Forest or something.
That's nice. Rendlesham Forest, very nice.
Where's that? Is that near you?
Kind of, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it's kind of near me. Ronnie Scott's as well. Ronnie Scott's.
Yeah.
Nice place.
Nice place.
Nice seats. I like the seats. I think I'd just go there for the seats. Yeah.
Nicer seats than here, Adrian.
Eva's dad is sitting on a squeaky chair.
Yeah, he's got a little squeaky chair.
Squeaky stool. It's a drum stool.
Yeah.
It's squeaky. We don't want to say we've got a squeaky drum stool though.
No, it's not squeaky. It's just Adrian.
Yeah, it's my dad's fault.
So, in regards to that event, then, what time do you know? Set times yet, or set lengths, or anything like that, or is it just a case it's a date in the diary and it's quite a way off yet, but.
It's a date in the diary so far, but I'm happy with that, and I'm really looking forward to it.
Well, we couldn't pin down the date. We got August, you got 2022. So.
2022.
16th of August 2024.
We were somewhere. Yeah. We were somewhere with it.
Got there in the end.
Yeah.
We got there. What have you got building up to that then? Because obviously that's in the summer. So we're getting into the time now where the clocks are changing this weekend. Easter's been and gone by the time this comes out. So it's getting lighter in the evenings. Yes, summer's on its way. What is the plan for you for gigs leading up to that festival in August?
So I'm just kind of seeing what happens. But in terms of music, I'm going to be hopefully releasing a single or 2 before then. Which I'm really, really looking forward to. But yeah, a lot of the time it's just been like a lot of recording and a lot of gigging, and it kind of, sometimes gigs just happen that week, so I'm very kind of like that with it.
Yeah. Taking as they come.
Exactly. Yeah. I've got something Colchester coming up, which I'm looking forward to, but at the moment I'm kind of just taking it as it comes in terms with gigs. But with music, I know I'm releasing.
Yeah, so. You have maybe 4 tracks actually released?
Yeah, I'd say about 4 or 5 tracks. 5. Yeah, 4 or 5-ish, yeah.
Yeah, so are you starting to put it into a bit more of a strategy now? Have you got stuff in the bag ready to go?
I do have quite a lot of music kind of just tucked away at the moment, waiting. So we're just kind of trying to see what we want to do with it all, and going from there, really. Yeah.
So what is your recording process then? You're saying we. So what we. So what is your recording process as a we?
So we is actually me and my father who's sitting over there. I write all my music and my lyrics and all that shenanigan, and I basically put it down on my little computer in my room and I record it all myself, and then I kind of get it to a point where I like it, and I'm like, hey family, do you like this? Does this sound like a good song to you? And
it's probably a familiar process so far.
And then sometimes they're like, this is great, but what is that? Or like, so I normally show the family and they're like, yeah, this is cool. And then sometimes if it's better than the others, then dad will kind of go, let's kind of start mixing and re-recording parts. And then I tend to go in, with my dad and put down some guitar and stuff. And I used to be really terrible with timing. That was a big thing when I first started out. My timing was absolutely horrendous. But I think gigging and that kind of thing has helped me so much now.
Yeah.
So when I come to actually putting down something, it's become, like an hour instead of 5, So, in terms of the recording process, it's become a little bit easier, but also I'm still learning so much. But yeah, it's just me and my dad at the moment. We're just doing it all together.
So does Dad have experience in producing the stuff as well? Bedroom producer back in the day. That's where it all starts, though, isn't it? I mean, so many artists and bands and that. It's all, a lot of them are DIY bands and they're doing it in a bedroom or whatever.
I mean, there is a genre. People actually self-ascribe bedroom indie.
Yeah, bedroom pop.
Bedroom pop. Yeah.
Bedroom pop, yeah. But I won't tell you the figures, but I had a conversation with a band the other day. Right. Actually, I can tell you the figures. I just won't tell you the band. So they were basically saying to us, "Oh, we've released this track, right? And it's a track that we've played on the system." And they were like, "How much do you think that cost us to do with everything involved, including like recording, mixing, mastering, marketing, everything? How much do you think that cost us?" And I went, "I haven't got a clue. Like, I know we do a bit of PR stuff, and we do our own recording and mixing and stuff like that. So I could sort of, in my head, I was like, well, maybe it would have cost. I went $1,000 maybe, And they were like 75 quid.
Oh.
And I was like, what? And they were like, yeah, 75 quid. We recorded it all in our kitchen. We mixed it all ourselves.
That's great.
We had to pay for a bit of PR, like bit here and there generally, but we mixed it all there. And with the drums, we didn't record them live. We done it all like MIDI, like done it all like
Literally,
that.
that's
so
like what I'm going through at the moment. I'm exactly the same. I hear so many artists that have to pay so much, and I'm like, oh my gosh. But like, I'm very, very lucky to have Dad who helps me mix it, and I'm now learning so much about like Logic and stuff, which I'm a bit of a granny when it comes to technology. So
so am I.
Yeah, I literally don't know what I should know, because I'm at the age where, a lot of my age group know about technology and stuff, but I'm not very good with it. So I've learned quite a lot with that, but I'd have mastering and that, and it's about 30 quid. So most of my songs aren't too, loads of money, but yeah.
It is accessible.
It is accessible. If you know where to look and you're working with good people
YouTube
as well.
Like YouTube is like, I know that's a source that gets mentioned so many times, but like you can see so many tutorials on how to mix and master and produce your own music on there. So that's definitely somewhere to go to.
And whilst you're on YouTube, subscribe to our channel.
Yeah.
Yes.
Nice.
Yeah, I haven't done any. I've back in the day, I tried a bit. I've told you about this already. I've tried a bit of music in the past. Never played an instrument. Like I can't play an instrument, but I tried doing it. Shut up. But I tried.
I can just see your face.
It's because I do say it a lot, because Abby still wants me to play. I'm not playing tomorrow.
What kind of music did you do?
I had to go with a bit of drum and bass in that.
Oh, I can see that. I was trying to picture it, and that was where I was going
with that, like, I don't need to be able to.
You got about Prodigy.
Yeah, seriously.
True.
One of the best bands I've ever seen, by the way.
Yeah,
I saw them
live.
live twice.
Wow.
Once at V Fest in Chelmsford. Might have been 3 times actually. I think once at Reading, and then in a warehouse in Braintree.
Cool.
Wow, that's so cool.
Aren't they they're quite local?
They're from Braintree.
Yeah.
That
makes
Well,
sense.
Keith was anyway. But they're but yeah, that was amazing. Where was I going with that? Oh, yeah, so
That sounds about right.
but I can't play an instrument. So with that, it was all MIDI. So it's just me and a keyboard and just mucking around basically. So that was accessible for me, but I was using like Reason. I think I used
Reason's
Reason.
Okay. I did give you a login to a...
Yeah, but I done that one evening while I was away for work and then never looked at it again.
It's there if you want to use it.
But yeah, so I haven't done... So with because you do a lot of self-producing.
Yeah, used to. And heavily relied on MIDI, but actually kind of did it probably the wrong way around. I feel like I'm learning more about music and performance now that I'm using the guitar and playing acoustic. I'm writing acoustic.
Do you think that helps more with us being in here as well?
Yeah. Yeah, definitely.
Because we're having, as we'll see shortly, we have, when people are coming in, we'll do like acoustic sets with them, or we had an evening in here when we first opened up, and we had people running through that desk over there, and we're trying to figure it out as we go. So you're learning a lot from that as well.
Yeah, I think with MIDI sometimes you can go too far. If it sounds too synthetic, it's hard to replicate in real life.
Yes, 100%. It's nice to have a live feel in your music too, definitely.
Do you like a mixture of both then? Is it a case that you do vocals and lead guitar and then do some of the MIDI for the like percussion bits, like you said?
Yeah, it's definitely a mixture. I do a lot of I have a piano at home, so we record. It's a very old, kind of a bit detuned piano, but it's really nice to record. So, we do MIDI mixed with some of that piano sometimes.
Nice.
We have the guitars, the electrics, and kind of the drums are MIDI. So we all kind of have a mishmash of amalgamation of different things that we use.
Yeah.
But I like kind of having a live feel. I don't really like having things that are a bit too overproduced. So
Yeah.
if I can try and have that live feel, some of music, I try to.
Go on.
I was going to say, I feel like your tracks in particular do have quite a distinctive sound that they do feel like they're still semi-live, which I suppose is intentional. I know
Yes,
that.
definitely.
But yeah, there's a consistency to it as well. So you kind of do need that production to maintain that consistency. But your style and genre in general really suits a mixture of both. It's kind of rock, but
I don't know what it is at the moment.
You don't know what it is.
I don't know what
Can't-
it is.
can't be
It's
more.
kind of doing its thing. I'm just calling it alternative at the moment. I don't know.
Cover all bases.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm just going alternative. I don't know the rest, but yeah.
Is that with your music that you've got, that you're in the process of recording, does it stay on the same sort of vibe then?
Yeah, no, it does, but I think it kind of veers off as well a little bit. I'm not doing reggae or anything. But I'm not doing any of that. But
Of all the genres.
I'm kind of, I think, veering off a little bit and coming back and kind of doing a bit of that. Sorry, microphone. Doing a bit of that with my music. So yeah, I'm just calling it alternative right now because I think that's where I'm at. I'm doing a bit more rock and a bit more like Tonight, which was one of my recent releases. Definitely just a bit more chill and live feeling. So yeah.
How does that translate to being on stage then? Because obviously when you played at the Old Queen's Head, it was just you,
It was just
which
me.
was fantastic.
Thank you.
But are you looking to, with the gigs that you've got coming up over the course of this year, are you looking to migrate that into a band?
Yes, that's my thing this year, is trying to get a band together. I really want to get it together. I've always wanted to play with a band. It's only been me so far. Well, actually, I've played with a bassist before, but I really want to, and a drum track, which was really interesting actually to be able to do the bass and the drum track. But I think for me, I really want that drummer to have that feel, because it feels like it's very robotic. Obviously, you play with the drum track, it's very, you have to be bang on, and if you're not, then shambolic. But if you of course have a drummer, then it's so I'm really, this year it's my kind of top of my list of things to do, is to get that band together and to play with the band. I
think we should hold auditions for Evie. I think we should shoot a Patreon special in here, getting Evy's band together.
Oh my gosh, X Factor. Boom.
No. You can't do that. If people coming to play for you.
No, just
can't do that.
We'll be a bit more subtle about
I'll be evil.
You got to be nice. Okay, we'll be in touch.
You're going to have so
Thank you very much.
You have so many people contact you now, Evie.
Yeah.
You're like, oh, she seems lovely.
Lovely. I'm nice, I promise.
So if you're looking for a band, then I'm assuming if you're operating mainly in the Colchester area, you're going to want local people, because even though you're going to be gigging all over the place, it's about trying to get together to rehearse, isn't it?
It's finding that I think Colchester area is definitely what I'm kind of looking for, because it's just easy to find somewhere to rehearse together, because I could say come to me where I am, Frinton, but no one's gonna go that far and no one lives around there, so I want to go somewhere that's a bit more central to where musicians are and other people are. So
something just came in my head. Louise Parker, her recording person is from Walton.
Oh, right.
Is it? Oh goodness,
I can't remember his name.
One train stop away, isn't it?
It literally, I can walk there. Yes, I can walk there. Oh goodness,
I can't remember. I have to ask her.
I know. I think I know who it is.
Oh, okay.
Because there's a studio there in Walton, but I cannot remember the
No, I
name.
can't remember it
No.
either. She told us ages ago.
Ah.
But that's who she works with up
Oh,
there.
nice.
So they might be some contacts there or something. I'm
Yeah,
not sure. But in
yeah.
Colchester, if you're in Colchester and you want to get into Evy's band,
Yes.
we're going to hold auditions. So get in
I won't
touch.
be doing that. I will promise.
Still be fun to do though, wouldn't
Yeah,
it?
yeah.
We should not rent, but we should ask Coda if we can use their space.
Yes.
And we'll have people
Yeah.
come in and do auditions.
Oh my god. It's intense. Oh my goodness.
That'd be fun though, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
Get to be. What judges would we be?
You're Simon, obviously.
I'm
You're
Simon.
Simon.
I'm Simon, but I have my own face.
I'd like to be Sharon Osbourne.
I feel like Sharon Osbourne's your kind of vibe.
yeah,
I'm
I
feeling
feel
that.
like yeah. What about yourself?
I don't know.
You don't know.
Louis Walsh.
It was going somewhere there.
Going somewhere.
It was going somewhere.
It was there. Louis Walsh.
But it's The Voice these days, isn't it? So it's like, because obviously X Factor doesn't exist anymore. So if we were doing
okay,
The
yeah.
Voice,
Yeah.
Oh, that means got spinny chairs. Just
Get someone to just.
you can spin me in this chair. I can take this chair with me.
we can
Yeah.
get spinny chairs. We'll just use like free office chairs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Chairs, yeah.
Sorted.
We need another judge though, I reckon, because...
Adrian.
My dad.
Oh, all right,
Dad.
good shout.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah.
I reckon we should do that.
Tom
Jones.
Tom Jones.
Tom Jones.
I feel like you might have dibs Tom Jones now, right?
Possibly.
Possibly.
Yeah.
What do you mean?
Out of the voice judges.
Oh,
Like
right.
you,
Yeah, I think Tom Jones. Possibly. Yeah.
feels like a good fit.
What that you would go for if they turned?
I haven't really watched The Voice. I do know
Ah.
Tom Jones is in it, but that's it. That's the
So they
only
were-
person
okay,
I know. So I'm
so that's why you dibs them.
that's why I did
so-
it, because it's the only person I
It
know.
was it's Tom Jones, Anne Marie, Will I Am, and Ollie Murs, but that was his last series, wasn't it?
Yeah.
So out of those four, who would you go with?
I'm still going Tom Jones.
Tom Jones, yeah, fair
Yeah.
enough.
Musically, that makes the most sense.
It
to
does
me.
make the most sense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We should do it with our presenters.
Yes.
Wow, the ideas are
This is
brainstorming.
Yeah, seriously, this is what right. So with me and Abby, right, we talk like a lot because we've both basically like ADHD, like central. So it's like okay, so we'll have an idea and it will just like completely tangent off to something else.
Yeah, I'll go
I don't know if you've noticed.
No, I love
So-
it. I love it.
Makes good podcasting,
It's
but it's not very good business wise because it's just like, what are we doing today? Oh, no idea, but
Dunno,
this is
man.
great.
This is a great new idea.
We do
Or several.
that. We do that a lot. We've actually had to put some boundaries in. Right, we're not talking between this time and this time because we need to get actual stuff
You have
done.
to do this,
Yeah.
this, and this.
I'll speak to you at a lunch break.
However, I feel like presenters, The Voice, getting a band for Evie, this has to be something we need to put a lot of work into.
So
Yes,
I
we
reckon,
do. Agreed.
yeah, 100%. So
100%.
I would say because we've got to think about. We've got some fantastic presenters on Future Hits. One of them sat behind the camera over there. But we need to think of we need to have like people that are local-ish because we
Yeah.
can't expect people to come from far and wide because we are based all over the UK.
We've got some Braintree.
So yeah, we've got Hope.
Yeah.
Hope would be great.
We've got Hope. We've got
She would.
Dita.
Yep.
Who else were you thinking?
Well, that was the two I was thinking.
Oh right, they were the two,
And then us two.
and then us two. Yeah,
You
right.
guys.
Sorry, everyone else.
You right.
But I think it would be cool to do that. I think we should.
That'd be fun.
We should look into doing that, even if it wasn't here. But it would still be cool.
It'd be fun. I mean, idea. Stick to
It will
You
stick.
got it. You
Write
got
it down.
Write it down.
Yeah.
Future Matt, take note of this episode.
Yes.
Yeah, that would be cool. I don't know what else I was going to ask. What else can we ask? Go on, Ab. Go.
What? Don't put me on the spot. Well,
No.
I was just thinking if we are going to do that, we need like an Ant and Deck maybe.
Good
Rob
one.
and Ollie.
Yeah.
I've been texting them, right?
Where are you?
So Rob and Ollie they were presenters on the station a while ago. Rob's part of Admissions, the band. So but they haven't been on for a while because of other commitments and stuff.
Yeah.
But we were talking. I've been talking to Rob a bit because we've been talking about doing some podcast or whatever for years and just never done it. Right?
Oh yeah.
I was not taking over from
Stepping on my
you,
turf.
stopping on your. No, it's not a music podcast or anything.
Oh right. Okay.
But anyway, we were talking about doing that. So we've been messaging back and forth and stuff. But they'd be great as Ant and Deck.
Yeah, that would be hilarious.
They would be really good. So there you go, Rob and Ollie. You're
You've
booked
got
in
this
for that.
whole thing sorted.
Oh,
in
yeah,
this
We've got a lot of
entire
people
thing.
though.
It's
like,
happening. In fact, get your diary out.
if you know the people at Coda, if you could try and get us in
Oh,
for.
Bridget.
will.
Oh, yeah, get
Bridget. Let's
Bridget.
let's get Bridget to do
Let's
it.
get
yeah.
Bridget in.
Yeah.
Do the sound.
Yeah, exactly.
Sorted.
Sorted.
There you go. What a day.
Bish bash bosh.
Looking forward to that.
Yeah.
Team.
We've just going back a bit. Let's talk about your music a bit.
Yes.
So when you're doing your recording,
Mm.
so we were talking about the indie bedroom rock
Pop.
genre,
Yeah. Mm.
right? alternative. I think that when you've said you're very lucky to have your dad helping you with the mixing and stuff, but I think having that element of production and MIDI in there rounds it off, so it makes it sound like a more professional product. Generally, do you know what I mean? Because there's so many. You want something sounding more than a demo.
Absolutely, yeah.
And how have you? Is that a case that with the what has been your best song for that, or like which one do you think is the most polished?
The most polished that's been released. I would say there's a song called Make Out that was one of my first. Well, it's one of my first releases where I kind of felt like I was coming into my own as an, or like, you know, becoming the artist I wanted to, you know, make the music I wanted to make.
Yeah.
But Make Out, I definitely think there was a lot of layers, and that song took a really, really long time to get down production wise. It was a lot of hard work, and the others were so much hard work as well. But Make Out was the one that we really started to kind of hone in on what I wanted from a song.
Yeah.
Because before I was making a lot of kind of R&B like soul stuff, which
interesting
is a thing, but it's not my thing. So
it's certainly a thing.
It's a thing, but like not like my thing. So I think, and you know, who knows? I might go back to it one day. You know, I'm not, you know, but. I think definitely that song was one that took so much time and effort to kind of get right and yeah, definitely Make Out.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
How do you find with your writing process and your lyrics then? Is it a case that you write the lyrics first, or is it your melody first? What is your way of writing a song?
It's a little bit of both, but I tend to write melody and guitar. I'm on guitar or piano first, and then melody comes, then I'm like, oh, this, I've got this problem at the moment, not this problem, but this situation at the moment, and I want to write it down, or you know, I've watched this TV show and I can't stop thinking about this character I want to write about or something, or yeah, and then I'll just write lyrics right after. That's kind of normally how I work.
How does that differ from you? Because do you have a similar sort of process? Because I feel like there's a lot going on up here, but I find it very difficult to get it onto paper.
I mean, it always comes out for me like as words, lyrics with a melody to it. So you kind of already know how you want the melody to sound, the vocals.
Yeah.
And then it's just like, okay, what instrument or what piece of MIDI can I use to
elevate it?
this?
Yeah, absolutely.
And find, that sound you want to put out as an artist.
Absolutely.
Yeah, interesting. So there's no R&B lined up for the new releases.
I mean, who knows? It might be surprising, but I don't think so.
Does that come from like a soul, like R&B soul kind of singing style? Or?
Yeah, no, I don't know. I was listening to a lot of Stevie Wonder and like Prince and that at the time. I still do, but
I can see that though. There are some like stylistic crossovers there.
Wow. Yeah, no, I still love them. I think they're like, you know, icons, but obviously, but I just, you know, wanted to kind of. I was writing a lot more folky, and I always have done, but I think to actually release one, I just was like, it felt right, I think, releasing more kind of alternative-y, rocky.
You got to be happy with what you're releasing and what's true to you and how you are at this time. Like you said, like as you grow as an artist or have changes in your life, then genres can change. Like you said, with your releases, you've gone a bit more chilled with your latest one, and it's going to go back a bit more rocky for another one.
Yeah, exactly.
I guess it has to depend on where you are in your life. That got philosophical, didn't it?
Wow. No, I absolutely. I think a lot of my songs that are coming up are just all kind of all over the place, but in a good way, not, you know. But I kind of like that because it kind of tells a different story of a different time, and I think not all times are on one level. So
yeah,
you know, I yeah.
Well, and otherwise you'd just be listening to the same kind of song all the time, wouldn't you?
Exactly.
You do find that you do get that from some artists. It's not artists that we play, but you do get, even with like mainstream artists. Absolutely. A lot of it does sound quite similar, and it has to take a very like a big fan to basically really dig it. Like I think it's very difficult for just a normal mainstream artist or mainstream fan to listen to something that's just similar all the way through. You need to keep people interested, because people's attention span these days is just
gone. Attention span's gone. So I think making it interesting. But like I said, like life is so, you know, we have many curveballs. So I think I try and kind of put stuff in my music that's telling every part of my story, you know.
Yeah.
So yeah, sometimes it's like that, sometimes like that. So music's not going to be the same. Yeah.
No.
No. And when you said about like it's not sounding like a demo, I feel like even when you were performing with us at Old Queen's Head, it did not sound like a demo. It didn't sound like a live track. Like it did sound
Wow,
so
thank you.
polished.
Wow.
Do you know what I
Yeah,
mean?
yeah. No, I agree. Yeah.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Well, we're gonna.
She's your talent.
Yeah, we're just listening,
Yeah.
and we're gonna listen very shortly as well, if that's all right.
Yes, absolutely.
Cool. So what we're going to do, we're going to pretty much end it there because Evie's going to do a couple of tracks for us that you can watch exclusively on Patreon until we release them later down the line on YouTube. But go and sign up to Patreon, patreon.com/Future Hits Radio. Evie, could you tell everyone where they can find you on the Tinternet, please?
Yes, indeed. You can find me under Evy Frearson, spelled EVYFREARSON, on Instagram, Spotify, all of those platforms, anywhere. Yeah, that's it.
Nailed it.
Nailed it. So I think that's it. Anything else to mention?
No, apart from that we're going to be hosting some kind of talent show.
Yeah,
Yes.
stay tuned for that.
That's going to be good.
Stay tuned for that. Stay tuned for On the Meadow Festival on the 16th of August
Yes.
2024.
Yeah.
Got that right. Subscribe to the channel, please. And thank you very much, Evie. Thank you very much for coming in.
Thank you so much for inviting me. Thank you.
And we'll see you all next time. Thanks very much.
Hey.